Welcome to another episode of Farming 263, and today we are at Speroni Irrigation, where we are going to talk about the products and services that they offer. So stay tuned. Hello.
Hello, how are you, Mr.?
I am doing all right. So I'd like you to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell them who you are.
Okay, my name is CEO Tanatsko. I'm an agricultural engineering, specifically in irrigation.
Okay, so I would just like you to tell us more about your company. Like, where are you located and the name of your company? Like, maybe I might have the pronunciation wrong.
No, it's actually Speroni Irrigations. It's Corner Dumfries and Workington. So here we offer services for water reticulation of industries, be it mining, wastewater, distillers, or irrigation as well. So,
okay, yeah. So without wasting much of time, I just like us to go through the products that you have. So we can start over with the pump there, and you just tell us what it is and what is its function.
Okay, so here we have the brand. It's an Aquastrong. It's an Italian brand, but then good thing we offer services, maintenance services here. We do it all for you. We even do installations if you need them. So here it's a split case. It gives you an actual discharge of about 2,004 cubic meters per hour. So it's actually a huge pump.
Oh, so this is a pump.
Yes, okay. We call it a bay shaft because it's just the pumping system without the motor. Okay. You couple it to a motor as well. Yeah.
Okay, so we just got from that pump and we are coming to this pump. So I just want to understand the differences, because I'm just seeing the differences in shapes, so I wouldn't understand a whole lot about it.
Okay, so the differences is that this one is strictly an electric pump.
Okay.
This one you can couple it to a diesel engine, then it becomes a complete pump. Okay. Right. So you can couple it to a diesel engine, you can couple it to a motor, depending with what is your source of power. So here it's a complete coupled pump. You have your wet end and your motor. So these ones are booster pump, basically.
Oh, so these ones. When you're talking about booster pumps, what do you mean? Okay. In Murimi's perspective, when you're talking about booster pumps, what are booster pumps?
All right, booster pumps in irrigation.
Yes.
We have systems which are, some of them are gravity fed, some of them are pressurized systems, right? So for pressurized systems, we need a booster pump. Why? To just increase our pressure, so that to where the water is needed, it gets there with a good optimum operating pressures. For example, let me give you an example of dripper lines, right?
Yes.
Certain dripper lines have got certain operating pressures. They have a set operating pressure which is put by the manufacturer, right? That at this pressure, it discharges this amount of water. So where you are getting your water, depending with your water source, the distance from your water source, you might need a booster pump in between to just boost up your pressures.
Okay, so we are going to the other set of pumps. Okay, and what are these ones?
All right, these ones it's just the same as those ones. These are booster pumps as well, but then it's a different brand now. This one it's Purity. Then these ones are Aquastrong.
Okay.
But then we do offer you services here. This one is a bay shaft, but it's a Purity brand as well.
Okay. So what is the difference about the pumps? Like, is it the capacity that they discharge, or I don't understand, or maybe the type of power source that they
Yes, pumps differ from the capacity that they discharge, because we realize that with pumps, the more you get your discharge, which is your water that you need, the less you get your head. And by head, I mean your pressure. Okay. It gets lower. So if you increase your discharge, you reduce your head in most cases. So that's the most difference in pumps, and their water horsepower power, because you realize that different bay shafts have got different horsepowers. Right? As you can see, this one is a 50 horsepower.
Okay. Right. The horsepower, what? Take me back. Is it the power source, or is it the amount of power that you require?
By horsepower, we mean the power that it needs to rotate the impeller that is in the pump, right? Okay. So also including the density of our water as well. So we would call it at the end water horsepower. Right? It's water horsepower, right? Because you would need to pump that water to a certain height or area.
And I was asking myself while we were doing the pumps, are these pots? What are these?
Okay, these ones are submersible pumps, right?
Okay.
But then these ones, they are multi-staged pumps. They've got impellers in different sections. So these types of pumps, they've got a bigger head and a less discharge. So they throw water a longer distance, and the water it's a little water. It's not as little as such, but then.
Okay, so I'm saying like we have the different kinds of submersible pumps, is it? These are submersible pumps, right? So I would like you to just give us a brief about each pump, like what is the difference? Because the only thing is someone has Zealand, I'm just seeing the difference in height. So I would like to understand how they function.
Okay, mostly difference in height, it means a difference in the number of impellers that are in our pumps, right?
Okay.
So the longer our pump, probably the more impellers that are in there.
What is the use of the impeller in the pump?
The use of the impeller it is to rotate the water, to push it to where it is needed.
Okay.
Basically to pump the water.
So is it advisable, let's say I have, by the difference in impeller, is it about the height that my submersible pump has to pump from, or it doesn't matter the height?
Okay, so with submersible pumps now, first thing to consider is the depth of your bore, the depth of your well. So with the depth of your well now, you get a pump that is comparable to that, because you would need your pump to pump water from where you are leaving it, which is approximately a few meters from its base, from your bore base. Right? So it needs to pump that distance to the ground, probably to your tank, where usually people raise their tanks about 5 meters or so up. So that is what you check mostly when you get to your pump first. Okay. Check your head where it is written H. Mostly it's written H.
Okay.
That's
so
your
this
head.
one is saying 106 90 44.
Yes.
Meaning it's from 106 to 44 meters.
Alright. So yeah, it's almost correct. So here they're saying that this one is like a curve. It's a pump curve that they put for you as a template, right? They're telling you that at a depth of 106 meters, if you need a head of 106 meters, you pump water 1.2 cubic meters per hour, which is 1,200 liters per hour.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
But then if you set your pump at 90 meters now, you pump 3 cubic meters per hour, which is 3,000 liters per hour. So you see that the more you reduce your height, the more your discharge increases.
Okay. So this one is also a pump?
Yeah, this one is a pump, but then this one is a solar pump. It's a DC and it's a 0.5 horsepower pump.
So these ones are electrical, or they can use both electricity and solar?
No, here we just have AC and DC. Okay. So these ones are electrical, but then these ones are DC.
It's solar. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm saying...
So these ones, they are the control boxes.
Okay.
So this one is for the DC one, the small one. And this one is for the electrical pump now.
The bigger one?
Yeah, the bigger one. So they come in different shapes.
Okay. I am learning a lot.
Yeah, it's
and
good,
I hope the viewers are also understanding. Okay, this one is a much bigger pump considered the ones I was saying.
Yeah, this one, these are the big boys. So this one is mostly for dewatering. It's mostly for mines.
Okay.
Right.
And I'm seeing we have different types of dewatering pumps. So I'd just like you to just give me the difference, because I'm seeing the differences in size, and what else can we notice from this one?
Okay, so the differences, definitely they come from the sizes first.
Yes.
Then they go to the impeller types. Because as you can see, this one is a B impeller, so it tells you that it has a channel flow. That channel reduces the chances of it from clogging, right? So that's some of the big differences.
And I'm seeing like these ones have
a
float switch.
These ones have a float switch, and mostly these ones they are for small scale. So when you use it, you remove it. So you have on-off of your system.
So the float switch, what does it work for?
So the float switch now, it works as an automatic on and off. It works as a switch for your pump. Right. So when you place your pump, it rises, it will be on. Then when it goes down, it will be off. It protects your pump from burning out.
Oh, okay. Now we are on another set of products which is different from pumps that we've been seeing. And school, these are sprinklers, right?
Yes.
Doma sprinkler systems that we know, and it's one of the products that you're offering. Saga, I want to understand. I'm seeing a galvanized, a plastic one.
Yes. So exactly. So these sprinklers, they differ from discharge to material. Right, as you can see, this one is actually this one is a brass. So we have a brass one and a zinc. So they also come in with different prices as well, and different discharges as well.
Okay. Saka inini ndimuri mindauya kwamuri ndikuda kuitwa sprinkler system. In terms of discharge, I want to understand, when you're talking about discharge, does it also mean it comes with a different shape, or the discharge, where does the discharge differ?
The discharge differs from the nozzle types that you have.
Okay.
And the shooting distance.
Okay.
Depending with the operating pressure, because each sprinkler type has a certain operating pressure, that at this operating pressure discharges this amount of water.
Okay. So you would help me to select also the type of nozzle depending on what I want to irrigate, or
exactly. That's some of the services that we offer here. We offer designs, field visits, and installation as well as maintenance, and it's a whole package.
Okay. I am learning a lot. And what are these?
And these ones, they are pop-up sprinklers.
Okay.
They are for your landscape as well. If you want to put your lawn and you don't want to move laterals around.
When you're saying pop-up, chinongo bodikira.
Exactly. Chinongo bodikira. Chikangoendwa nemvura ipapo chotoshuta. So chinoshuta nekumusoro kunoko ndo kunopop-up. Here you connect it to the
water system.
Exactly.
Okay, or like this.
Like this. Then you bury it. Yeah. You need to flush it with the ground. Exactly. It gets in the ground, then it flushes. So what pops up now, it's what gets above the surface, then it starts irrigating.
Oh, so those are the pop-up sprinklers.
Exactly.
Okay, I am learning. And
so these ones are suction baskets. They protect your pump impellers. So mostly we get our water sources are dams, rivers. They're not protected areas.
Okay.
There's dirt in it, so we need to put these sections. And the good thing with these ones, they come with a non-return. So they help you with your priming, so that you don't need to prime every time you need to start your pump.
Okay. You just turn on your pump and then
turn on your pump. Usually,
the suction pump just does its job. Okay, this was I'm seeing a full shelf of.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's just the same basic pumps.
It's just the same pumps.
Okay.
But here now, it's mostly for landscaping.
Okay.
So you have these silent pumps. These ones are for your indoors. You don't want to hear the ramming sound of the pumps every time. You put that silent pump at your house.
Oh.
We even have those swimming pool pumps down there.
Okay.
And these ones, they've got steel impellers. They're mostly used for chemicals and distillers and food industries as well.
Okay. And now we are here. This is just the sprinkler we spoke about.
Exactly, that's a setup of a sprinkler, but then this one will be an HTP system.
Okay, and this one?
Yes, this one is a same Royal sprinkler.
Okay, how does this one work?
This one, it gets the water up the riser, right? Then when it pressurizes the water here, it bounces here, so it starts to move like this. So this gaps now is giving breaks to your water flow, so that it does not erode your plants or
Saga, chine movement, like she no rotate, it just shoots per range chiripap.
No, it does rotate. Sorry. Let me show it for you.
Okay.
It does rotate. So.
Oh.
It's flexible to rotate. So yeah, it does rotate.
Okay.
Then it depends with your shooting range that you want. It also changes directions, as you can see.
All right. I see. Then I'm seeing this one, chi generator.
It's a water pump, so it works with petrol.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
So it just looks like a general diesel engine, but then you have your impellers here, your
okay.
suction in your delivery, then the engine at the back. So it's a 6.5 horsepower.
Okay, and
So these ones, they are risers. They are for your drip system,
all right.
where you want to connect from the submain to
My
your
dripper
dripper
lines are
Exactly.
Then confirming, see, they were familiar a bit, and I think this one is the dripper tap.
Thank you. So this one is the drip line. Yes.
Okay, cool. So what is this?
So this one it's a sprinkler as well.
Oh, it's the same as that one.
Yeah, it's a gun sprinkler. It has a discharge of about 170,000 liters per hour.
Oh,
And the shooting range of about 77 meters.
okay.
Yes, so that's almost a hectare in an hour. So this one is your Konya. It's a Tesla sprinkler. It's an Italian brand. So as you can see, it's made of steel. It's very strong. So it is a discharge of about 109,000 liters per hour. And it covers a distance of about 66 meters. Its shooting range.
Okay. So when shooter, when it's shooting the water out, that means that in English it rotates.
Yes. It does rotate.
And does it spray my distance are near it?
All right. As for nearer distances now, no. It depends with where you set it. As you can see, if you set it here, this one it does not go further. But then when you change the direction here, it can now shoot a bigger distance now. So it just depends with how you set it.
How you set it?
If you want to irrigate the area around you, you change it then.
So that's the same use with this one.
And with the same principles as well.
So I've seen we have different sizes on these spray guns, right?
Yes.
So I want to understand what is the difference, like what is the main difference? So as a farmer, I want to irrigate maybe 1 hectare of my land. How then do you recommend, like what is the difference on this?
Okay, the main difference is the shooting distance. This one is a shooting distance of about 66 meters and a discharge of 109,000 liters per hour. Then for this one, it's also made of steel, yes, but then it has a shooting distance of about 24 meters and a discharge of about 100,000 liters per hour.
Okay,
Yes.
I've seen that you have a very huge range of products that you're offering and also the services. You mentioned that the services that you offer is you help in irrigation design,
Yes.
and also maintenance. And I presume you also know how to recommend people the types of pump that they want depending on the structures that they are using and also on where they want to use it. And you have read for yourselves the products that Speroni Irrigation offers, and I hope you viewers have understood everything, and do not forget to consider that this is now the cropping season and you don't need to miss out on your water systems. So make sure you get in touch with Speroni to get all your equipment. And I would like to ask you also, how can people contact you to get your products?
Okay, so we'll leave details, and for all your systems, be it installations, we'll do it for you.
Okay.
Do it the right way. It's
And
always
I've
best.
seen your slogan saying watering the life.
Exactly, water is life, that's true.
Okay,
Thank you.
so don't forget to stay tuned. Thank you.